All right, today I'm going to show you how to create a scatter plot and put the regression equation on it. The first thing we're going to do is select our values that we want to make the scatter plot with. Be sure and include the X and the Y. And then you're going to click Insert, select Chart, and you're going to come up with some kind of chart there, and that's not what we're looking for. We want to make a scatter plot. So whether yours comes up looking like this or comes up looking like something else, then you can turn it into what we need. Yours may look like this when it comes up. That's what mine was looking like one time, and then the next time it looked like what I just had up. Either way, we're going to go up here to where it says Chart Type, and where it has Column, we're going to scroll down and we're going to select Scatter. And then we get the dots looking like this, and that's not what we want. That doesn't look like a scatter plot, so we're going to scroll down. We're going to switch our rows and columns because it's normally working with vertical tables and we had a horizontal table. And we're also going to use our column A as headers, and then yours may say row 6, and as you change it'll say different rows, so whatever row it says to use as labels, you're basically using the top row of your column. So row 4 is our X value, so we're going to use row 4 as labels, and that gives us this scatter plot. All right, but we're not quite done. We want to customize and give this a title. We want our title to be set A in this case, because this is the first set that we're doing. And we also want to put in our regression equation. So you're going to go over here and go over to the graph and click on one of the data points. And then you'll get this menu and you'll scroll down and you want to graph the trend line, and it puts the trend line in there for us. You can change the color of it if you want it to stand out a bit. You can change the thickness of it if you would like. So that's how you do it. And then now that we have our graph, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here so that I have room to put my correlation coefficient in. And I can delete that one. I don't need it. I'm going to shrink this one down. Scroll back up here. I'm just going to shrink it on down a little bit. And then over here where we have correlation coefficient. So our correlation coefficient tells us how strong the correlation is between the X values and the Y values. So for correlation coefficient, you're going to type equals, and then you're going to start typing the word correlation. And when you type C-O-R-R, this C-O-R-R-E-L comes up. And the first thing you're going to do then is select the data values that are in your X column. And then you're going to press comma, and then you're going to select the data values that are in your Y row. And then you're going to press enter. And this gives you a correlation coefficient of 0.49, and you can round it off, but there's the correlation coefficient. This tells us that it's not a strong correlation, it's like a moderate correlation. Correlations range from -1 to +1. So the closer you are to 1 or -1, the stronger the correlation. The closer you are to 0, the weaker the correlation. 0.7 and higher is usually considered a strong correlation. So 0.5, 0.6 is a moderate correlation. And that's it. So we have our scatter plot with our regression line. We have our correlation coefficient. As you go through and do the other sets of data that are in your activity, you are going to be making observations about the pattern of the dots in relation to the line and the correlation coefficient. So that's what you need to be paying attention to. Good luck.